Welcome back for another session for the lesson number 4 of class 7. The name of the lesson, A Glass of Milk. Dear students, we have already learned the first scene of this lesson. You should keep in mind that this is a play, and as I had earlier told you, that in a play we get the characters, setting, the situation, and it can be performed on stage. Now in front of you we have the part 2 of the play, A Glass of Milk. In the first scene we had seen that there are two characters in the play. In the first scene the name of two characters are Howard Kelly and Anita. We were told that Howard Kelly was a poor child and he was unable to pay his fee. So he went to a home to sell books. There he met Anita. Anita was very kind and compassionate. She offered him milk because he was looking so weak. Dear students, in this recapitulation exercise, you have to fill the missing details in the blanks. Now you have to understand what is to be filled in every sentence. When you complete this paragraph, it is actually the narration of the scene 1, in which the boy meets a lady. These were the two characters in scene 1. You have to recall all the things that we have studied earlier. This time I'm not going to help you. You have to do it yourself. But don't worry, I'll give you the hints. Ready? Let's start. A little boy named, what is the name of the boy? You have to fill here. Is selling books door to door on a hot dash. Here you have to fill which part of the day was it. He wants to sell 2 more books so that he may be able to pay his dash. Dear students, try to remember what he could not pay and fill it here. But he is very dash and dash. Here you have to write the physical condition of the boy. He rings a doorbell of a house and a dash opens the door. Who opens the door? You have to tell here the name of the second character. The boy asks the lady to dash some books from him and also requests her for a glass dash. Here you have to fill two things. First, what was the boy doing with the books? And second, a glass of what? After knowing this reason of selling books, the lady gives the boy a glass of dash to drink. Here you have to fill what was in the glass that the boy drank. She also buys a book from him and gives him dash. Here you have to fill the amount that was given to the boy. The boy feels happy and dash after drinking that glass of the liquid. How was the boy feeling? You have to fill here. I hope you have already filled up all the blanks. Now let's check. Here it is. A little boy named Howard Kelly. Okay, I'm sure that your answer is right. Howard Kelly is selling books door to door on a hot afternoon. Yes, in the beginning of scene 1, we mentioned that it was afternoon. He wants to sell 2 more books so that he may be able to pay his school fee. Very good. We have seen in the scene 1 that he was talking to himself that to pay his school fee he has to sell 2 more books. But he is very hungry and thirsty because he was doing his work, so he could not eat something, and he was also feeling thirsty. He rings the doorbell of a house and a dash opens the door. Who opens the door? A lady. The boy asks the lady to buy some books from him. Yes, you're right. And also requests her for a glass of water. After knowing his reason of selling books, the lady gives the boy a glass of milk. You're right. She gave him milk instead because he was looking so weak, and she felt so sympathetic towards that little boy. She also buys a book from him and gives him £5. Right answer. And the last line is the boy feels happy and stronger because milk gave him the necessary energy that he needed. Before enjoying the next scenes, we'll discuss a few difficult words that you may come across while you are reading the play. The first word is complicated. Complicated. Complicated means something very difficult to handle, which is not simple. That is complicated. Next is diagnose. Diagnose. Suppose someone is suffering from the fever and that person visits the doctor. The doctor examines that person medically. This is known as diagnosis. Next word is surgery. Surgery, all of you know that when any organ of human beings does not perform well, the doctors have to do the operation of that part to set it right. This medical treatment through instruments is known as surgery. The last word is expansive. Expansive. It means for which we have to give a very huge amount of money. That is very costly. So these are the 4 words in front of you. We have discussed the meanings. Let's have a practice for the exact pronunciation of the words. Complicated, diagnose, surgery, expensive. Very good. Let's move to the play scene number 2, many years later. Dear students, now many years have passed and it is the time of the morning. What is the location? The scene is in a big city hospital. The characters are Dr. Peter Brown and Dr. Howard Kelly. You must be remembering that little boy in first scene. His name was Howard Kelly. Now in the second scene, after many years, here we have a character. That is Dr. Howard Kelly. It means that boy may have raised to a doctor. Let's find out. Dr. Brown and Dr. Kelly are discussing a case. Dr. Kelly: is it a difficult case, Dr. Brown? Dr. Brown: yes, it is complicated. We have not yet been able to diagnose the problem. Dr. Kelly: who is the woman and where is she from? And how did she become so ill? Dr. Brown: she is from Blackpool. The doctors there advised her to come to this hospital as they could not understand her disease. It started with food poisoning but got complicated. Perhaps her liver has got affected. Dr. Kelly: what? From Blackpool? That's where I come from. Where is the lady? Dr. Brown, taking Dr. Kelly to the hospital room. Dr. Brown. There she is. She needs immediate surgery. Don't think we can do much in this case, even after surgery. Dr. Kelly. We must do our best, and I'll do my best to save her. Dr. Brown. Sure, doctor. We'll make all possible efforts to save her. Do you know her? Dr. Kelly smiles again. This was the end of the scene 2. Now we are directly switching over to scene 3. Now the location is a room in the hospital and the characters are 3. Number 1, the lady. Do you remember the lady in scene number 1? The same lady is here. Number 2, a nurse who is taking care of this lady. Number 3, a man from the bills department. Here comes a person who is from the bills department and he is bringing bills to the lady. The nurse prepares to give medicine to the lady. Man. Is she feeling better? She is lucky that Dr. Howard Kelly handled her case. This is her bill. She needs to pay within 2 days. Show her the bill. Nurse. You are right. She's lucky. And yes, she's much better and healthier. Nurse gives medicine to the lady. Nurse. Here's your medicine and this is your bill. As per the hospital rules, you need to pay the bill in 2 days. Lady. This hospital seems to be very expensive. Nurse. Yes, madam. It is the most expensive hospital in London. Lady. It will take me a lifetime to pay the bill. It is signed by Dr. Howard Kelly. There is something written on it. Nurse. Yes, he is very kind. He took special care of you. He is from your city. Lady. Really? Is he from Blackpool? Nurse. Oh, sure. Something is written on it. Lady. Okay, let me see. Paid in full years ago with a glass of milk, Dr. Howard Kelly. Dear students, before switching to another activity, I would like to sum up all the things that happened in scene number 2 and scene number 3. In scene number 1, we see that there is a child who is very poor. He is earning his fee by selling the books. After many years, he has been shown to become a big doctor in a very big hospital. It is one of the most expensive hospitals of London. And here he was discussing a case with another doctor, and he comes to know that the lady who gave him a glass of milk years ago is suffering from liver damage. He not only cures the lady, but he also pays her bill. The lady was unable to pay her bill because she was not so rich. So in this way, this play is giving us a lesson. If we are helping someone in need selflessly, without any selfish motive, that good deed will come in front of us when we are in need. So, in the last scene of the play, the huge bill of that lady that was paid by that boy to whom she gave milk years ago. At that time, she was not aware that one day the child will be a doctor and one day that doctor will treat her. This is the reward of the good deed. I hope you have understood the complete play. Now we are switching over to the post-reading activities. Once again, we have the activity for vocabulary enrichment. It means to strengthen our knowledge about the new words. Divide the following words in two parts. Dear students, look at the first word. This has been done for you. Hesitatingly. Hesitatingly. Hesitating is an adjective, and when we add ly to it, it becomes an adverb. An adjective tells about the quality of a noun or a pronoun, but an adverb tells about the quality of a verb, that is, the quality or the speciality of an action. In all the words from 1 to 8, we have to make this kind of separation. By removing li, we need to extract the original word out of this adverb. It is very simple and interesting exercise for you. Shall we start? Okay, very good. The second word is generally. Generally. Try to separate the original word by removing ly. Very simple. It is general plus ly. Very good. Now, third word is quite easy for you. Aptly. Aptly. It is apt plus ly. Number 4. Sternly. Sternly. It is stern plus ly. Very good. Yes, yes. I'm sure you are able to guess number 5. Normally. It is normal plus ly. Number 6. Suddenly. Sudden plus ly. Number 7. Carefully. Careful plus ly. Last word is rarely. Rare plus ly. Should we check the answers? Are you ready? I hope you have done. Okay. Here it is. Hesitatingly. Hesitating plus ly. It means when our action is not confident enough. We are in a fix whether we should say it, do it or not. Number 2. Generally. Generally means that is not a thing which is unique. It happens. That thing is a general thing. It is just the opposite of a specific thing. Aptly. Aptly means when we are doing something precisely and it is up to the mark. Exactly doing the action that was required. This is known as aptly. Sternly, when we do something with proper seriousness and we are quite sincere, then we say that we are doing our task sternly. Normally. Normally means in normal life the thing that reoccurs time and again. Normally it happens. Suddenly. Suddenly means all of a sudden, out of nowhere, something happens and we are not prepared for it. Carefully. Carefully means when we are careful enough and we are doing that task by being careful, that is carefully. Rarely. Rarely is just the opposite of generally, because rarely means the thing that is quite rare, the happening which is not so common in normal life. Okay, we have understood all the adverbs. Now we need to have the pronunciation practice of all these words. Dear students, pronunciation is the most important part of your vocabulary enrichment. Because if we know a word but we cannot pronounce it properly, then the speech of that word will not be understood by the other people. So let's practice. You need to speak with me. We'll have a drill. I will speak every word twice for you. Hesitatingly, hesitatingly, generally, generally, aptly, aptly, sternly, sternly, normally, normally, suddenly, suddenly, carefully, carefully, rarely, rarely. Now we have gone through all these words one by one. Let's do another activity. It is based on scene 2. We have to read the sentences and we have to understand what kind of information is required as an answer to that sentence. Number 1. Count and write the number of characters in scene 2 of the play. Now, students, if you remember the scene 2, there were 2 doctors in that scene. Try to remember their names. Okay. Question number 2. What is the profession of the characters of this scene? There is a lot of hint that you may easily find out the profession of those characters. Number 3. Why had the lady come to this hospital? You have to tell the physical condition of the lady. What was her problem? Number 4. How did the lady get ill? What happened to her, which was described by one of the doctors? Number 5. What kind of treatment did she need? When the 2 doctors were discussing, they were discussing the kind of treatment also. These are the answers for you. Now you can match your answers with these answers. Okay, let's discuss. Count and write the number of characters in scene 2 of the play. I'm sure your answer is right. There are 2 characters in the scene of the play, and these 2 are 2 doctors of a very big hospital, and one of the doctors is the boy in the first scene. Okay, question number 2. What is the profession of the characters in this scene? As doctor has been written in front of their names and they are discussing a patient, the characters in this scene are doctors by profession, which can be easily deciphered. Number 3. Why had the lady come to this hospital? The lady had come to the hospital for her treatment. This is quite natural. Why do we go to a hospital? Only for a treatment. Number 4. How did the lady get ill? And it was described by one of the doctors that the lady had food poisoning, which got complicated later on, and all the doctors of a local area, they had referred to her to this big and expensive hospital because her case was not simple, it was complicated. Number 5. What kind of treatment did she need? And Dr. Brown had said that she needed a surgery. Very well done, students. Now we are switching over to the activity based on scene number 3. You must be remembering the scene number 3 in which we had 3 characters. the lady, the nurse, and a person who had brought bills. Question number 1. How much time did the patients get to pay the bill as per the rules? Okay. You must be remembering the talk between the man and the nurse. We have to tell about the time for the patients to pay the bills. Number 2. Why did the lady get worried? What was presented to the lady and why did she get worried after seeing that? Number 3. Why did the lady have tears in her eyes? We have to tell the reason of her tears. Number 4. Who had paid the bill? Why? In scene number 3, we see that her bill has been cancelled and paid by someone else. Who was the person who paid her bill and why that person gave such a huge amount for the lady? We have to give the answer. Number 5. What was the lady repaid for? If it was repayment of any obligation, why was that lady repaid for? And what was the thing that she had done for which she was repaid? Let's find out the answers. You can match your answers now. Question number 1. How much time did the patients get to pay the bill as per the rules? The patients had to pay the bills within 2 days. So patients got only 2 days to pay the bills. Question number 2. Why did the lady get worried? Dear students, the lady was not very rich. The lady had not enough money to pay the bill. Number 3. Why did the lady had tears in her eyes? Dear students, we have two types of tears. Sometimes we are in pain and we cry. These are the tears of pain. But sometimes when we are so relieved and we get such a great happiness in our life, at that time also we may shed tears. But these tears are tears of joy. The lady had tears of joy in her eyes because someone had paid her bill. Number 4. Who had paid the bill? Why? You all know Dr. Howard Kelly paid the bill because the lady helped him in his childhood. Number 5. What was the lady repaid for? You must be remembering the lady was repaid for her kindness. The next activity. In this activity, we have to rewrite the sentences. But this time, while rewriting, we have to change the degree of comparison. We have to use the second degree, that is the comparative form of the adjectives. Which word is to be taken to change the word that is given in the bracket? For example, first sentence has been solved for you. Number 1, you are tall than me, and we have to modify the word tall to taller. You are taller than me. All of you know that than word is used with the second degree of adjective. That is the comparative degree of adjective. So ready to solve all the sentences from 2 to 5. Sentence number 2. My pen is cheap than yours. Okay. Change this sentence by using the comparative form of adjective. I hope you have done it well. It will be cheaper. This table is big than that one. You are right. Big will be changed into bigger. Number 4. Rahul is smart than Sham. So this is smarter. Number 5. An elephant is larger than a lion. Right, it is larger. Let's check the answers. We were right, dear students. You and I, we have done it well. So for the second sentence, the right answer is, my pen is cheaper than yours. It means it cost me less than your cost for your pen. Number 3, this table is bigger than that one. It means we have two tables and we are comparing those tables. And this table which is near me, it is bigger. Number 4, Rahul is smart than Sham. It changed into Rahul is smarter than Sham. Then who is smarter? Rahul. Number 5, an elephant is larger than a lion. You can also see in a picture on the internet or in your books. If you find an elephant is always larger than a lion. Very well done, my dear students. Let's quickly revise the things before ending the session. You must be remembering that in the beginning of this lesson, we started with scene number 2. And in the scene number 2, we have seen that there were two doctors discussing a case of a lady. The lady had a problem in her liver. In the scene number 3, the lady has been given the necessary surgery. And there was a big bill in front of her. She was worried that she could not pay the bill. But she got so happy when she came to know that Dr. Howard has paid her bill. And it was a repayment of her act of kindness that she did many years ago by giving a glass of milk to little Howard. I hope you have enjoyed the play. I hope you have enjoyed the session. My dear students, thank you very much for being with me